The tools of education have remained virtually the same for thousands of years. While our society is being propelled into the age of technology, education has stagnated, resulting in students being prepared for a world that has not existed for years. Using vastly improved resources, the University of Maryland has overcome many of the deficiencies of the traditional classroom. As you can see in this classroom, not only are the students attentive and enthusiastic, but they are intellectually engaged with the material being presented. They are encouraged to explore and investigate on their own, rather than merely listening to lectures and following the same old arguments. They are encouraged to think, to ask questions, and to let education be a collaborative, creative experience. They are not distracted by every little thing that happens.
Look at the monitor.
Shh, I'm trying to read this. They are not distracted by every little thing that happens because they are actually interested in the presentation. One of the advantages of the high-tech classroom is the increased motivation shown by the students.
This can't be the right video.
Mark, this is absolutely, positively the right video. I supervised it myself. Now, if you don't mind, let me finish.
If this is the right video, why is she sleeping?
What?
Look at the monitor. She's completely zoned out.
Oops. Reminds me of my high school study hall.
Now look at the bright side. You may not have transformed education, but at least you found a cure for insomnia.
Right. So where is the video of the AT&T Teaching Theater?
That's all, folks.
Oops. I think I erased it.
Okay, forget it. Let's just step into the classroom of the future and start from here. This is the AT&T Teaching Theater. The room is filled with equipment for multimedia presentations and computer networking. There are 20 computer workstations integrated into the students' desks, and a workstation for the instructor. All of the computers are connected to a local area network and a server, which in turn is connected to the campus computer network. The monitors are recessed to ensure a good line of sight at each desk. All of the computer units are hidden in an adjacent room to reduce noise and temperature. This is the instructor's console. There's a workstation for the instructor and an array of controls. This first device is called a video switcher. It allows the instructor to take what's on his monitor and to display it to all of the student workstations. Or he can take any one of the workstations and view it on his own monitor. He can even take over the keyboard and the mouse of any of the students to show them how to do something if they get in trouble. It makes a great system for group collaboration and sharing of ideas.
What about multimedia?
This next box controls all of the multimedia presentations in the classroom. It controls the overhead, slides, video disc, tape, as well as the lighting in the room. And it all does this in a seamless way so that the instructor doesn't have to start and stop things. This last device is a visualizer that allows the instructor to take any hard copy and to display it on the overhead in video format. Back here in the projection room are panels of multimedia drivers, videotape, video disc, audio, you name it. It's all electronically integrated and switched so that the instructor can move quickly from one presentation to another.
But how do you use all this power?
Good question. We're exploring collaborative learning techniques in which students work together or share work electronically over the network. We're developing a new breed of software that we call courseware. It integrates everything together. For example, students in my introductory statistics course start with the syllabus at the beginning of each class period. They click on the date or topic of the lecture notes for that day, and they see the material that's covered. So they can follow along on each screen, looking at the notes for that day. During a lecture, students can even take notes on the computer. They can share ideas, and they can give feedback to the instructor using a specially designed software in which they can enter questions or indicate how things are going during the class. We can collaborate on data analysis. Students can enter their data points, and the system can gather the data and send the group data back to them so that they can analyze it. One idea that's proved very successful has been the Power Blackboard. I've always wanted a blackboard that can do the computations for me. Now it does. We enter the numbers into this table, and click on the first calculator. It does the first step in this problem. The second step in this problem is performed by the next calculator, and it shows all of the equations and the results. The third step in this problem is performed by the third calculator, and it goes through its computations. The last calculators give the final results. This is quite a bit different from any statistical packages that I know of that do not show their work.
So what about exams on computer?
Yes, we can even do online exams and quizzes with immediate feedback. The students enter their name and student ID on the beginning card. They click on each alternative as they go along in this multiple choice exam. They can go back to previous alternatives and change their answers. And then they turn in the exam on the last card and get their results. They can go back to inspect how they did on each item. Oops, got that one wrong. We also have a class roster that students can access so that they can get to know their classmates and their instructor.
Sounds exciting. The students must really like it in comparison to a regular classroom.
Yes, the initial reactions by the students have been very positive. They're much more engaged in the material. They're able to interact with material and ideas in new ways and to share those results. And most importantly, it prepares them for how they will interact with information in the world that they enter after they graduate.
Wow. Remember how boring education used to be before the AT&T Teaching Theater.
Was the football players were pointing out. Okay, and they had to have some grade point average above 0 in order to play collegiate football. So he set up a clinic where the football players would come in and sit in these easy chairs and imagine studying, visualize their test, relax, and he said to me at this one meeting that he found that their grade point